Hey everyone, so by the title of this video, I'm assuming you can guess what the video is about. Me reviewing all the books I read last year. So today I'm gonna not only review all the books I read, but I'm gonna talk about them in order. I'm gonna give my thorough opinions. Yeah. I'm also gonna tell you guys when I finished reading them as well, so you can kind of get an idea of whether how fast or how slow of a reader I am. I feel like a lot of people are gonna think I'm a slow reader, which I am. That's okay. You know, some of us struggle with reading and that's okay. Anyway, the first up on the list is Love Hypothesis. This book. Honestly, I got this book because... Okay, first off, points off for this not being a sticker. The book was amazing and I actually loved it. I finished reading this on 21st of February. The book was like a fun read. It was an easy read, it was a fun read. I liked the bit of drama between the main character Olive and the love interest, Adam's best friend. That was like, I saw it coming, you know. I feel like it was kind of obvious that he was into her. I don't know. I give this out of 10. I'll give it a 6. Honestly, it would have been an 8 because of the other books I've read. It's not as good. It's literally the next two books I'm about to show you guys, but this was the first book I read last year. But yeah, if you just want a young adult book to read, this one isn't terrible, so go for it. Next up, The Dance of Thieves. This book, look at the... Yeah guys, this book was straight fucking fire, this whole series. Okay, because let me tell you about this. This and this are connected. It's one story, right? But there's also 3 other books, but it's like 6 years before this story was set, and it's in a different character's perspective. And honestly, I'm so upset because those 3 books came out first, and then this one and the other one. And I didn't know that. I just got this because... embarrassing. I just got this because I searched up on TikTok enemies to lovers books, right? Because I like the trope, and not in real life. Please never ever date your enemy. Toxic relationship. This came up and I was like, the front cover looks sick as fuck. Let me show you guys. Like, this shit is beautiful. I was like, I gotta get this, right? No, oh my god, I actually got this book first. I completely fucked it. I got the last book in the series, so I got this book first, but then I realized that this was the second part of another book. So when I got this, I had to literally wait a week for it to arrive. I think a week and a half. And then I read this, I was like, this is fucking amazing. And then I read this, I was like, this is fucking amazing. And then after that, I actually think it was like during this, while I was reading this, I found out there was 3 other books that came out before these 2, and I was like, no fucking way. Once I was finished reading these 2, I went to read those 3. Anyway, sorry for that. So this book, I finished reading it on the 30th of March, so it took me about a month and a week-ish. This book is like 500 pages long. For me, last year, that is so fucking impressive that I managed to read it in a month and a week. So I'm very proud of myself for doing that. This book, holy shit. Again, I would recommend reading the 3 other books first and then reading this. But honestly, like, it's not even a necessity because I was able to read this just fine. Because this is a fantasy book. With fantasy, you need a lot of context to actually know what's going on and the world building and stuff. So, but it was still there. Like, it was like, I was understanding what was going on. This book, you follow the main character, Kazi of Bright Mist, and her love interest, Jace Ballinger, and it's just, oh my god, it's so good. I loved it. The romance, this was very heavily like romance and like slow burn, and the family, Jace's family is so fucking sweet. Oh my god, no wonder he's such a gentleman. Anyway, on to the next book. See, I like this book, but the next one, oh holy shit, The Vow of Thieves. Okay, so this is the book right after that one. I finished reading this on the 15th of April, so it took me about 2 weeks to finish this, and this is like the same size. Yeah bro, this is the same size. It took me a month to read this. It took me 2 weeks. That's how good this one was, I swear to god. Because if I'm gonna recommend any book, it's these 2, but then it's like, again, like I said, you have to read those 3 first. This book, oh my god, the twists, the turns, the plot twists, it was insane. It was crazy. And I was literally on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening? I'm gonna rate these together. I'm gonna rate them a 9 out of 10. They're both 9 out of 10s. I loved it. I think it was a little bit cringy here and there. I feel like books, no matter what it is, I'm always gonna cringe at them. I don't know why, I hate it. But it's whatever. Anyway, on to the next book. The Gravity of Us. I'm just gonna be outright with this. I'm giving this a 2 out of 10. This book was not written for me. This is about 2 gay boys. It's just, it's not targeted towards me. I can't consume media about 2 gay boys. It's 2 gay girls. And I'm there, because then it's like, I only really like reading stuff where I can insert myself. And then obviously in this situation, I can't. Like, there's nowhere for me to insert myself.
Phrasing.
But also the main character was kind of annoying. Also his best friend, and it was just, I finished reading this the 4th of May. It took me so long to finish this because I didn't want to read it. But it was on my shelf. I'm a completionist and also a perfectionist, so I literally fuck my life, right? Fucking sucked, so 2 out of 10. Next book. If you know, you know. Right? This book, what the fuck? What? This book actually felt like a fever dream. I finished reading this on the 26th of May, so it took me like 22 days. This book was fucking insane and disturbing. And it's like the plot twist at the end was just like, what? So to give you guys a quick rundown on this book, the main character's name is Lowen. And I think her mum died or something. And then she's a writer. And she's just kind of lost in life, which is like so real, girl. We've all been there. So then she got a book deal to ghost write a like book series for this very, very famous book writer, Verity. Right, Verity. The name of the book. Her husband, Jeremy, she gets offered a lot of money. This bitch is broke. She's like, fine, I'll do it. She goes to the house to go through Verity's manuscripts and stuff for the series. Because I think Verity wrote a couple of books for the series, but then she got into a car accident. And guys, I'm running out of storage, so I need to be really quick about these next few books. Verity is paralyzed. Lowen is in her office looking through her manuscripts and stuff, and then she finds a manuscript for another book, and it seems to be in first person of Verity of like her life, and it's basically her talking about how crazy in love she is with Jeremy, Verity, right? Jeremy's wife, who is now paralyzed. And throughout the entire book, you just kind of like get an unsettling vibe from Verity. It just goes deeper and deeper, and then she gets pregnant with twin girls, and she's like, I don't want to be pregnant. Like, I just want Jeremy to myself. If we have kids, like, then his attention is going to be taken away from me. There's everything to kill the babies, like, all the fetuses, sorry, they are born. And then she tries to choke one of the babies to death, but then stops at the last minute because Jeremy walks into the room. And then she kills that same daughter many years later. And then the other daughter dies for some reason, I don't know. Lowen reads all of this and she's like, what the fuck? And then she tells Jeremy, she's like, this bitch is crazy. I think she might be faking that she's paralyzed as well, because Lowen has been experiencing like seeing Verity around, and then they end up killing Verity as like revenge for killing Jeremy's daughters. And it's fucking insane. I'm like, who thinks to write this? Okay, and the only reason I'm hating, because I love psychologically fucked up shit, the only reason I'm hating is because it's written by Colleen Hoover. And listen, I bought this book a couple of years ago. It was like really popular when Colleen Hoover was popular, before the controversy came out about her. So don't hate on me for buying this book, okay? Because this was before the controversy. I'll give this a 5. Anyway, so that's half the book's done. Next book, Evelyn Hugo and Her 7 Husbands. I finished reading this on the 15th of September, so that's a pretty big jump from May to September. And that's because I went back to my home country in like beginning of June. This was fucking amazing. I love this like love story between Evan Hugo and Cecilia. Was it Cecilia or Celia? Celia, right, sorry. Like, it was so real and so raw, and it was just and Evelyn Hugo's story, like, it's just this poor woman, like, what she's been through, fucking insane, and she just kills herself at the end. I'm giving this 8 out of 10. It was an amazing read, especially for the gay girls. This is why I love this so much more than The Gravity of Us, because it's like two gay girls instead of 2 gay boys. But yeah, I loved it. Okay, next book, The Virgin Suicides. I finished this book on the 1st of November. This took me long as fuck to read because I started uni. Mashallah. Another reason why it took me so long to finish reading this is because this book fucking sucks. Again, I might give it a 2 out of 10. This book was so fucking weird and it made no sense to me, and it's just like, ew. This book is about a bunch of sisters, like I think like 5 sisters or something, and they all end up killing themselves with each other, except for one sister which killed herself a year before, which kind of began this whole virgin suicide thing anyway. And the book is written in the perspective of men, these grown men that were the same age as the girls when they had killed themselves, but now they're grown up and they're like writing this book kind of thing. Like, it's a fictional story, obviously. It took me so long to realize that, because at first I thought it was like reporters, like it was in the perspective of a reporter. So then when they started talking about the girls' underwear and shit and like their periods, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, this book made no sense. I think it's meant to be like a deeper meaning or whatever. Like, in my opinion, if you ask me, it's definitely the mum's fault, because she isolated the girls for like going on dates. It's like, what is wrong with you? They weren't allowed to leave the house, and then their dad was fired or quit his job. I still don't fucking know. And none of them left the fucking house, and it was just like stanky. And it was like, of course your daughters will kill themselves. You wouldn't fucking let them leave the house. What's wrong with you? Terrible mother. But yeah, I also watched the movie because I was like, this book left me like, what? Huh? At the end I was like, what? That's it? Like, there's no... Even the movie was shit. The only good part was the actress. Oh, I don't remember her name. The girl that plays MJ in the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. Yeah, this book was shit. Don't fucking read it. I don't care if it's like a really popular book and that's been quoted. Now for the last 3 books I read, so I'm just gonna talk about these in one go. So the first book of the entire series is The Kiss of Deception. I finished reading this on the 18th of November. Then The Heart of Betrayal, which I finished reading on the 8th of December. And last but not least, The Beauty of Darkness. And I finished reading this literally on New Year's Eve. And in this trilogy we follow Princess Leia, who runs away from an arranged marriage, real, to go live in a small town, Terravin, to just be a barmaid, because the fuck, who, like, honestly, I feel her. I feel like it's very easy for people to hate on her, be like, you were literally a princess and you ran away. But she thought she was marrying like an old man. It's like, that is so bad to run away from marriage. She didn't meet the person she was gonna arrange marriage, which led to a situation where the prince was looking for her because he was pissed. He was like, what the fuck? She left me at the altar. Found her, but he didn't reveal himself as the prince. There they just naturally fell in love, and it was, oh my god. Then an assassin was hired to kill her as well, and that assassin finds her, but he doesn't reveal himself. Also falls in love with her, and things happen, and she's like, I need to go back to my home because like shit is going down. I need to be there as the princess. The assassin is like, I can't let you do that. I'm taking you back to my kingdom. She's like, what the fuck? You're an assassin? And he's like, yep, now come with me. They get to his home kingdom, which is where this book ends off, with the prince having followed them the entire way there, like not being seen. And then he kind of reveals himself to Princess Leia, being like, I'm the prince. But to everyone else, he was like, I'm the ambassador of the prince. And in this book, she's held captive in the kingdom, and she's forced to marry the ruler of that kingdom. It's like build up. She finds out their plans for her home country, and she's like, what the fuck? Like, I need to go back to my home country. Like, this is so fucked up. But then it's also like a supernatural element to the series, where she has like a sixth sense, where a lot of the women do. It's like any first daughters, they have that sixth sense. It's really crazy. But yeah, so basically she's like been prophesized to save the kingdom she was held captive in, but then she escapes with the prince and his like friends and stuff. In this book, they get back to his kingdom, and he's king because both his parents had died from sickness, and he was like, what the fuck? The princess and the prince, or now king, are very much in love, but then they're trying to figure out like she needs to go back to her home country to warn them about the dangers of the other kingdom. And they get there, and then there's a lot of plot twists and shit, and then this book is so hefty. It's just insane. As I was reading this book, I was like, how is this gonna end? Like, I knew how it was gonna end because of the 2 other books I read, but it was just like, I was so scared certain characters were gonna die, and one character did die. Jeb. I actually cried. I'm not lying, I cried because I loved him. He was my favorite. Jeb was one of the king/prince's closest friends, and he was so sweet to Princess Leia, and it was just, oh, rest in peace, Jeb. I give this entire series, again, a 9 out. This is the end of the video. I'm so sorry that this video was rushed because I have no storage on my phone. I'm so sorry. I will do better. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I have inspired someone to read one of the books I have reviewed today. And if you don't read any of them and you just watched it because of me, I love you. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for watching. And please watch my other videos so that I can become rich and famous, because I don't want to have a job. Well, technically this is a job if it does become a long time thing, but please, I want YouTube to be my job. Thank you guys. I love you. Bye bye.
I can feel, don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Say tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the